Bush fire. In the heart of the Australian wilderness, nestled deep within a vast expanse of eucalyptus forests and rugged terrain, a small town called Ridgeview was a haven of tranquility and natural beauty. The townsfolk were a close-knit community, living in harmony with the breathtaking surroundings that had been their home for generations. The year was 2020, and it was the peak of summer in Ridgeview. The landscape was parched from the scorching sun, and the residents were well aware of the ever-present danger of bushfires. They had seen their fair share of these destructive blazes in the past, but no one could have predicted the ferocity and scale of the firestorm that was about to descend upon their town. It all began innocently enough, with a lightning strike during a particularly hot and dry afternoon. The lightning bolt set a small patch of dry grass ablaze, and within minutes, it had spread into a small fire. The townspeople, ever vigilant, quickly sprang into action. The volunteer fire department, led by the experienced fire chief, Sam Turner, rushed to the scene with their fire trucks, hoses, and protective gear. They were determined to quell the blaze before it grew out of control. Despite their best efforts, the fire continued to spread. The wind picked up, fanning the flames and sending burning embers into the surrounding forest. The residents of Ridgeview, many of whom were trained in firefighting, joined the efforts, working side by side with the volunteer firefighters. They formed a human chain to pass buckets of water, frantically battling the advancing inferno. As night fell, the fire had only grown more formidable. The sky was an eerie shade of orange, and the crackling flames painted a terrifying backdrop to the town. Evacuation orders were issued, and families hurriedly packed their belongings, their pets, and whatever precious keepsakes they could carry. The community center was turned into an emergency shelter, and it was there that the townspeople took refuge, praying for their homes and loved ones. Despite the unrelenting efforts of the firefighters, the fire seemed unstoppable. The fire chief, Sam Turner, gathered his team and devised a plan to protect the town. They cleared a firebreak, a wide stretch of land devoid of flammable vegetation, around the perimeter of Ridgeview. This would serve as a last line of defense, a barrier they hoped would halt the advancing flames. Days turned into weeks, and the fire raged on. The brave residents and firefighters continued to battle the flames, their determination unwavering. The townspeople at the emergency shelter kept a watchful eye on the distant horizon, their hearts heavy with uncertainty. Their homes and the entire town were at the mercy of the unrelenting fire, which showed no signs of abating. Meanwhile, news of Ridgeview's plight had spread across the country and even beyond. Firefighters and volunteers from neighboring towns and distant cities rushed to offer their assistance. A fleet of water-bombing aircraft joined the fight, dropping tons of water on the fire front, hoping to slow its progress. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, a shift in the weather brought a glimmer of hope. A cool, damp breeze began to blow, and the humidity levels rose. The fire's progress slowed, and then, against all odds, it began to recede. The relentless efforts of the firefighters and the resilience of the townspeople had paid off. As the fire was finally brought under control, the town of Ridgeview bore the scars of the battle. Many homes and forests had been reduced to ashes, and the landscape was unrecognizable. But the spirit of the community remained unbroken. In the wake of the devastating bushfire, an outpouring of support came from near and far. Donations flooded in to help the town's recovery efforts, and volunteers arrived to assist with rebuilding homes and restoring the natural beauty that had drawn residents to Ridgeview in the first place. The story of the Great Bushfire of 2020 became a testament to the resilience of Ridgeview's people and a reminder of the importance of community, determination, and the unyielding human spirit in the face of nature's most destructive forces. Ridgeview, though forever changed, would rebuild and thrive once more, stronger and more united than ever before.